How to make a rainbow waterfall painting today. So basically we just need to lay out our paint on our canvas in rainbow order. You can just do little globs and kind of separate them just a little bit because we will be blending them. You'll need a cup of water to wash your paintbrush out. And what I did was I kind of did it in a diagonal line so that my waterfall will go diagonally across my page. And I will just start moving the paint around. So you want to blend them pretty well. And you don't need to cover the whole page because I'll show you what we're going to do in a minute. So you want to leave some room for the rest of the painting. And if there's too much on your paintbrush, you can rinse it off really quick because you want to be able to see all of your colors. Get some green in there. Like I said, you can always go back and kind of blend it a little more. And then get our blue going. And last but not least is our purple. And if you do accidentally paint on the surface below, I would personally suggest that you put down a piece of paper. But if you can't, soap and water after it dries, you can get it off a little bit easier. Alrighty, so I'm going to take my white. And you know how at the bottom of a waterfall, it's kind of puffy and it makes like little, I'm trying to see how the little puff ball works. You can, this isn't working very well. It might be, since this is kind of mixing too much with the paint already, I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and come back to it. Okay, so with the magic of YouTube, we let this dry a little bit, and I took a flat edge paintbrush with white, and I covered the tops of that, the top edge to create like the top of my cliff. And you gotta wait until your paint is dry so that you can cover the paint that is under it. You might need to lay it on a little thick. And then from here, I know you can't really see it right now, but I'm gonna bring up my white and I'm gonna take a little bit of blue because I want a nice bright blue sky, and I'm going to blend my blue into my white. And if you look at the sky, the top part is going to be a little bit darker than the bottom. The closer you get to your horizon line is going to be lighter, which is why we kind of started with white at the bottom. Watch your sleeves. Don't get your paint on your sleeves like Miss Lindsay did. Alright. And then we're going to try our pom-pom again. Where did that go? We'll get a new one. And if you don't have pom-poms, you can use like a cotton ball or something, and you can dip it into your paint and make clouds. And that just kind of helps you get some texture that you might not be able to achieve with a paintbrush. It's kind of a little like cheat. And then we're going to do the same thing at the bottom of our waterfall, because if you ever look at a waterfall, it's kind of misty at the bottom, and that's because of the splash, not the flash. The splashing of the water. And that's why we left part of that white, so that we didn't have to cover up all that paint. And my fingers are getting a little messy, but that's part of the fun of art, is to get a little messy. And the bottom's gonna be the whitest part. And be careful what you're touching. And if you have a part of your pom-pom that's a little bit drier, that doesn't have as much paint on it, you can kind of do the top, the splashes coming up, so that it looks really misty. And then I'm going to take a fan brush, which looks like this, and I'm going to put it in my white, and I'm going to make it come down so it looks like the water is flowing downwards. And you can always fix that edge if you need to. With my flat brush, and kind of touch up that edge where the water meets the horizon line. Alrighty, and then what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of trees. So I'm going to take a black, just a little, you don't need a lot. I'm going to clean off my fan brush, and I'm going to put it in the black paint. Ooh, a little too wet there. I'll put it in my fan brush, and I'm going to make some trees. Kind of like a little cliff in the background. And that's a little bit easier to do with a fan brush, because it automatically gives you a little bit of texture. And it's okay if it mixes in with the white, because it kind of gives it a little bit more depth to it. And if you want to put some trees on the other side as well, you can. Maybe this side has a little bit more, a little bit less. Maybe it's more of a bare cliff with only a couple trees. Maybe you might want to draw a silhouette of an animal. Whatever you want, use your imagination. This is kind of your own rainbow waterfall. This doesn't happen in nature, so you can kind of make it look however you want it to. And there you have it. You got your own little rainbow waterfall scenery.